making a solo climb into P19, you love to see the underdog fighting their way up. It's like watching a dramatic action movie unfold, but with fewer explosions and more tire squeals. The race is off to a blazing start. Feds from team Also No Name Racing is taking the lead, showcasing some impressive speed right out of the gate. Famaka is hot on his heels, ready to pounce if there's any slip-up. Duff Dad's not far behind either, keeping those tires warm and eyes on the prize. It's anyone's race at this point. Duff Dad is now in P2 after successfully overtaking Famaka. La Croissant 1980 has advanced to 6th by getting past first player 52. In response, first player 52 has reclaimed some ground and moved up to 7 by overtaking Edelbock. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. The Gentleman and Koki Benignity continue their intense duel for 15. With the Gentleman in the Scarab F1, fending off challenges from Koki Benignity in the Cooper T53. Both drivers are skillfully navigating the track, looking for any opportunity to gain an advantage. Meanwhile, Nira Sol from Team Starline Pixels is locked in a close contest with Lord of the Jungle for P19. Their positions are fluctuating as they each push their limits. At the back, Skilltil and Tankamania 704 are battling hard for P22. Skilltil in the Cooper T53 is trying to outmaneuver Tankamania 74, who is driving the Van Wall VDY5. The pressure is on as they both strive to improve their standings. Feds is currently in pole after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Duff Dad has now secured P2 after passing Famaka, who has dropped to P323. Famaka managed to move ahead of Nalga 77, who is now in Fawa. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Famaka is now in P2 after successfully overtaking Nalga 77. Nalga 77 has also gained a position, moving up to P3 by overtaking Duff Dad. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 has made a significant move up to P23, having overtaken Nightcrawler CT Port Dishi. Duff Dad has dropped significantly, now in P38 after losing 18 positions. Tenkaminen 704 has made a notable gain, moving up to P19 by successfully overtaking Butchazara. Jasak 72 also gained ground, advancing to P22 with an overtake on 1999 Sitochi.all. Jimmy Tones has successfully moved up to P9 after a clean overtake on Anonymous and T3. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 in the Gordini T32 is engaged in a close battle with Skilltil in the Cooper T53 for P21. Skilltil is also contending with 1999 Settembro, who is driving a Mercedes-Benz 196 for P22 Duane. The dynamic between these drivers is heating up as they jockey for position. Madame Izai and Codenail remain locked in a tight battle for P28, both piloting the Ferrari 246 FE1. They've been exchanging positions frequently, with Codenail attempting an inside line on the last turn. Hug it free. In the Maserati, 250 FT2 is also joining the fray, trying to capitalize on any mistake from the two Ferraris. As they head into the next straight, Codenail has gained a slight advantage, but Madame Izai is not far behind, looking for an opportunity to reclaim the position. Huggett 3 is maintaining pace, ready to take advantage of any slip-ups. Heads is off to a blistering start, pulling ahead as they round the first corner. Famaka is sticking close, just a car length behind, eager to take that top spot. Meanwhile, Kanaga 77 is holding steady in third, keeping an eye on the leaders, and waiting for an opening. It's anyone's game right now. Sabina 27 and Amy have successfully moved into P30 after overtaking Greninja from Team Also No Name Racing. The battle for P30 continues as they push hard to maintain their position. Sabina 27 and Amy is driving the Cooper T53, while Greninja is in the Gordini T32, indicating a classic matchup between these two iconic vehicles. The dynamics of this race are intensifying as both drivers jockey for position. Koki Beninity in the Cooper T53 is currently holding off Jazak 72 in the Gordini T32 as they battle for 18th position. Koki Beninity has managed to maintain a slight lead, but Jazak 72 is closing the gap, executing some aggressive turns in an attempt to overtake. The two cars are now approaching a tight corner, and it looks like Jasak 72 may attempt a late dive on the inside. Koki Bananity will need to defend their position carefully if they want to keep that 18th place. The tension is palpable as they exit the corner side by side. Koki Bananity has successfully moved into 18th place after overtaking Jasak 72. Meanwhile, a close battle is unfolding for 26th position between 1999 Settembro in a Mercedes-Benz 196 and Huggard 3 in a Maserati 250 FT2. Both pushing hard to gain the upper hand. Ohioki 3 has made a significant move, advancing to 5 after successfully overtaking Lacroix 1, 1980. Meanwhile, first player 52 is gaining ground on Lacroix Son 1980, reducing the gap to 2.2 seconds. In the back, Waziri Sky has also made progress, moving up to P22 by overtaking Skilltil. Skilltil has dropped significantly, now sitting in 38th position after falling back 9 spots. In the battle for 18th, Koki Bananity in the Cooper T53 is closely contesting with Jasak 72 in the Gorgini T32. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Hugger 3 are engaged in a tight fight for 24th, with Captain Potato in the Mercedes-Benz 196 and Hugger 3 in the Maserati 250 T2 Duo. The competition remains fierce throughout the field. Captain Potato has encountered difficulties, dropping from his previous position to P37, a loss of 12 spots. Meanwhile, Aira Afael from Team Blast and Neurosol are locked in a close battle for 15, with neither giving an inch. In addition, 1999 Settembro has successfully moved up to P25, after overtaking both Madamizai and Codenil. The race dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for position. Currently, Captain Potato has encountered issues and has dropped significantly to P38, losing 34 positions. Amingsan has made a strong move, advancing to power after overtaking Okayoki 3 Boei. Okayoki 3 in response has regained some ground and moved up to 5 by overtaking Lacrosse 1 1980 from Team Blast. The dynamics are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Duff Dad has successfully moved up to P27, executing an overtaking maneuver on both Sabina 27 and Amy. This advancement illustrates a solid tactical choice, allowing him to capitalize on the racing line effectively. As the race progresses, we'll monitor how he maintains this position against incoming challenges from behind. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Amy will need to regroup and strategize their next moves to regain lost ground. La Croissant 1980 from Team Blast has successfully moved up to 5, overtaking Okayoki 3. The two drivers are now engaged in a close battle for that position, with La Croissant 1980 in a Lotus 16 and Okayoki 3 in a Ferrari 375 F1. Edelbach has also made progress, advancing to P9 after overtaking Anonymous Ninity 3. The race is heating up as these positions are being fiercely contested. Anonymous Ninity 3 has successfully moved up to P9 after executing a clean overtake on Edelbach. Meanwhile, there is a tight battle between Koki Binati in the Cooper T53 and Jasaksak 72 in the Gordnini T32 for Pay Team. Both drivers are closely matched as they jockey for position, showcasing their skills on the track. First player 52 in the Ferrari 375 F1 has managed to close the gap on Jimmy Tones in the Alfa Romeo 159. They are side by side entering the final corner of the lap. First player 52 attempts an inside move, but Jimmy Tones holds his line. As they exit the corner, first player 52 gets a better exit and pulls ahead, taking 7 from Jimmy Tones. The battle remains intense as they head down the main straight. Okayoki 3 has successfully moved up to Pofar after overtaking Amundsen. The two cars are currently engaged in a fierce battle for that position. Okayoki 3 is piloting a Ferrari 375 F1, while Amundsen is in an Alfa Romeo 159. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 has gained ground, moving up to 17 after overtaking Mirasol. Currently, Okayoki 3 has successfully moved up to 5 after overtaking Lacroix 1980. In the midfield, there's an intense battle for P26, involving Madame Uzai and Kudinail in their Ferrari 246 F1, while in 1999 September in a Mercedes-Benz 196 is closely trailing them. The competition is heating up as these three cars jostle for position. The race has seen some significant action in the last moments. Jimmy Tones has made a notable move up to 7, successfully overtaking first player 52. Meanwhile, Jasak 72 has climbed to 16 by getting past Nira Sol. Bartusinithan. In response, Nira Sol has quickly retaliated and moved up to 17, overtaking a Arafael from Team Blast. The dynamics are shifting rapidly, as positions change amongst the drivers. Hot Wheels Kidong Nivanmore VUI5 is currently engaged in a tight battle for 23rd position, with Duff Dad in the Ferrari 375 F1. Both cars are closely matched in speed, with Hot Wheels Kidong trying to make a move on the inside as they approach turn 4. Duff Dad maintains his line, keeping the Ferrari ahead. The two drivers are exchanging positions, with Hot Wheels Kidong getting a better exit out of turn 5 and pulling alongside Duff Dad on the main straight. This battle is heating up, and it looks like a possible overtake could be imminent as they approach turn 1. Knaga 77 is now in P2 after a successful overtake on Okayoki 3. Okayoki 3 has slipped to P3 but managed to regain some ground by overtaking Lacroix 1980, who is now in Four. Lacroixon 1980 executed an overtake on Famaka from Team Navgum Kings, positioning themselves firmly at Four. The dynamics are shifting quickly as cars jockey for position. Looks like the Alphas are making their move. Pit stops can change everything in a race. Let's see if they come out ahead. Checkered flag. Currently, Jimmy Tones is experiencing difficulties and has dropped back to 22nd position, losing a total of 11 spots. Anonymous Ninity 3 is also facing challenges, falling back 14 positions to 26th. Meanwhile, Edelbach has made a notable move up to 5th place after successfully overtaking first player 52. Duff Dad has made a significant move, overtaking 21 cars to secure the 2nd position. Amin-san is experiencing issues and has dropped 12 spots, now sitting in 34th place. Meanwhile, Jimmy Tones is also struggling, falling back 10 positions to currently occupy 35th place. Oh no, not the Ferrari Cosanestra. Base. With theories. You know I'm just letting the AI do its thing. Gotta see how they handle the chaos. And Duff Dad, what did you do this time? Grinning face. With smiling eyes. Famaka has advanced to Seven, successfully overtaking Funya Shell Gaming. In a close contest for P12, Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express is engaged in a tight battle with Jasak 72. Notably, Rizaldi Adha is piloting a Cooper T53, while Jasak 72 is in a Gordini T32. Meanwhile, Koki Bananity has gained ground as well, moving up to 14 after overtaking Mira Sol. Let's go, Okiyoki 3. You've got this. Automobile dashing away, Captain Potato knows the vibe. Who's your pick for the win, everyone? La Croissant 1980 has moved into first place after executing a successful overtake on Naga 77. Currently, Naga 77 is narrowing the distance, closing the gap by 23.1 seconds. The battle for the lead is intensifying as Naga 77 continues to pursue. Famaka from Team Nafgum Kings has made a significant move, overtaking 5 cars and securing third position. The gentleman follows closely behind, executing 6 successful overtakes to claim 4th place. Meanwhile, Tenkaman in 704 is also making progress, advancing 4 positions to take 7. The competition is heating up as these drivers continue to push forward. Haggard 3 from Team Nafgum Kings has encountered issues and has dropped back to position 32, losing 7 spots. Meanwhile, Butcher Zero has successfully overtaken first player 52 and is now in position 13. In a notable move, Anonymous 93 has advanced to position 19 after overtaking both Sabina 27 and Amy. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Duff Dad has significantly reduced the gap to Haggard 3, now only 41.7 seconds behind. Meanwhile, in the midfield, car number 7 has executed a clean overtake on car number 4, moving up to 6th position. The top 3 remain unchanged but are maintaining a steady pace as they navigate through the track. There's a close battle for 4th place as car number 10 is applying pressure on car number 5. The dynamics are shifting as we approach the halfway mark of the race. Uchi Zero and first player 52 are engaged in a close contest for 13th place. with Buccizzaro in the Cooper T53, and first player 52 in the Ferrari 370 Solf F1. Anonymous Ninty 3 has made significant progress, moving up to 18th position after successfully overtaking both Madame Zai and Codenil, who are now battling for the position behind. Anonymous Ninty 3 is driving the Alfa Romeo 159, while both Madame Zai and Codenil are handling the Ferrari 246 F1. The race dynamics are heating up as these drivers jostle for position. Duff is currently in pursuit of N29PA and CL87, reducing the gap by an impressive 42 seconds. Edelbach has advanced to Pate after successfully overtaking Jazak 72. The two are now engaged in a fierce battle for that position, with Edelbach in a Ferrari 375 F1 and Jazak 72. Pilots Segli 2, Pogini 232. The fight for pay is heating up as they jockey for position on the track. Lord of the Jungle has made a significant move, advancing 4 positions to take P13. Meanwhile, Tenkamen 794 is struggling, and has dropped 10 spots down to P20. Similarly, Jazak 72 is also facing difficulties, falling back 8 positions to P21. Hot Wheels Ski Dome is currently holding P28 in the Van Moor VVU F5, closely pursued by Komodo 3 and Maya in the Cooper 23. The battle between these 3 drivers is intensifying as they navigate through the track. Meanwhile, 1999 Settembro has successfully overtaken Greenigi to move up to P31 Toa. The dynamics in the midfield are becoming more competitive as positions continue to shift. Yamaha has successfully overtaken the Gentleman, securing the 3rd position. Koki Beninity has also gained ground, moving up to 8th place after passing Rizaldi Adha. Both drivers are showing strong performance as the race progresses. Nightcrawler Araka has successfully moved up to 15, after overtaking Lord of the Jungle. Skilltail has advanced to P19 by getting past Tenkamen 704. In response, Tenkamen 74 has regained some ground, and is now in P20, having overtaken both Madame Zai and Codenil. The positions are shifting rapidly as drivers jockey for better placements on the track. Feds has taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking Lacroix 1980. Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bukem have gained positions as well, moving up to P30 by overtaking 81 1792. Meanwhile, N29 Kia and Seal 87 have advanced to P32 after getting past Greninja. The race dynamics are shifting quickly as cars jockey for position. Captain Potato is indeed gaining on HU1 1792, reducing the gap by 54.2 seconds. The gentleman has successfully moved into third place after overtaking Lacroix 1980. Meanwhile, Knalga 77 is closing in on Lacroix 1980 as well, decreasing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Unziri Sky has made a decisive move up to P13, successfully overtaking anonymous Ninty3 Tubwhite. In the battle for P21, Jasak 72, in the Gordini T32, is closely contesting with Issy 1212, in the Ferrari 375, F1 D12. Meanwhile, N29 Kia and Seal 87 are engaged in a tight fight for P31, both driving the Mercedes-Benz 196, while Duff Dad in the Ferrari 375 F01 is also in the mix, adding pressure to the ongoing duel. Edelbock has successfully moved into 6th after an overtaking maneuver on Okayoke 3. Meanwhile, first player 52 has gained a position, now sitting at 10 by overtaking Koki Beninity from Team No Name Racing. In another significant move, Funya Shoal Gaming has advanced to 17, overtaking both Sabine at 27 and myself. Amy. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Funya Shoal Gaming from Team Bolt Bucket Motorsports has made a significant move, advancing to 16 after successfully overtaking both Sabine 27 and Amy. Following this, Sabine 27 and Amy have also made an impressive maneuver, moving up to 17 by getting past Skilltill. Meanwhile, Skilltill is not losing ground, as they have now moved up to P18 after overtaking Nightcrawler CK Tight. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Lacroix 1980 has successfully moved into P3 after a clean overtake on the gentleman. Meanwhile, there's a fierce battle for P31 involving Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bukem in a Bugatti Type 251, taking on N29 Kia. and C Lady Things 196. The competition is tight as they jostle for position. The race sees the gentleman struggling significantly, dropping down to P13 after losing 7 positions. In contrast, Edelbog has executed a successful overtake on Rizaldi Ada, advancing to 6. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Ada has responded by overtaking Nira Sol, moving up to 7. The dynamics in the midfield are intensifying as positions shift rapidly. Currently, IC 1212 is significantly closing the gap on Luxurious Sky, reducing it by 5.7 seconds. In a recent maneuver, Jasak 72 has successfully overtaken Luxurious Sky, advancing to P19. The dynamics are shifting as IC 1212 continues to gain ground on Luxurious Sky from Team No Name Racing. Currently, Amazon from Team Nafgum Kings has successfully moved up to position 36 after overtaking Captain Potato. The maneuver was clean, showcasing good acceleration and strategic positioning as they approach the turns. This gain in position could potentially set up Amazon for more overtakes if the pace continues. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains tightly bunched, with several drivers looking for opportunities to advance. Koki Benenity has encountered issues and has dropped back to 17th place, losing a total of 7 positions. Meanwhile, Anonymous 93 has successfully moved up to 10th position after overtaking Butchizero. In response, Butchizero has regained some ground, now sitting in 11th after overtaking the gentleman. The race continues to see dynamic shifts in position. Ayadafe is currently gaining on Captain Potato, having reduced the gap by 40.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Famuka is also making progress, narrowing the distance to Feds by 3.7 seconds. In the midst of these movements, Hot Wheels Skidon has successfully overtaken Nightcrawler CK, advancing to position 22. Nirasol has experienced difficulties, dropping from their previous position to 15. Lakwayanan 1980 has made a significant move, climbing up to P2 after successfully overtaking Nalgas 77. In turn, Naga 77 has regained some ground, moving up to P3 by overtaking Edelbach Pot D. Sabina 27 and Amy have made significant progress, advancing to Pen after overtaking 4 cars in quick succession. Meanwhile, Mirasol is experiencing difficulties, dropping back 11 positions to P29. The Gentleman has also gained ground, moving up to P8 after successfully overtaking Funnier Shell Gaming. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. SC12 has significantly closed in on Sabina 27, reducing the gap to just 6.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Mirasol is experiencing difficulties and has dropped 6 positions, now sitting at P36. On the other hand, Temkamening 7 Hua is gaining on the Gentleman from No Name Racing, cutting the distance down by 3.2 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these cars jockey for position. Funnier Shell Gaming has successfully moved up to Seven, executing a clean overtake on OK3. The battle for P24 is heating up with Skilltil in a Cooper T53, closely followed by Mudamazai and Codenail, both driving Ferrari 246 phones. Captain Potato has made progress as well, advancing to P36 after overtaking nearest Seoul. The race dynamics are intensifying as positions shift throughout the field. Komodo Freak has encountered difficulties and has dropped down to 36th position, losing 9 spots. In a tight fight for 15th place, Wazirius Guy in the Scarab F1 is currently battling with Anonymous Ninity 3, who is driving the Alfa Romeo 159. Meanwhile, Duff Dad is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Skilltil by 2.1 seconds. Naga 77 is now just 2 seconds behind the Croissant 1980, intensifying the chase for that position. In the battle for P20, Hot Wheels Gidon in the Van Wall V2 F5 is closely contested by Hug 3 in the Maserati 250 FT2. Meanwhile, Greninjib has made an impressive move to P28 after overtaking N2090 Kia and Seal 87. The dynamics are shifting as the race progresses. Rizaldi Adha has successfully moved into Pen after overtaking Tenkaminen 704. In the battle for P22, Nightcrawler CK in the Aston Martin DBR 4250 is closely contesting with 1999 C10. Wall on the non-unordned Seilbahn 196. Meanwhile, Radamazai and Codemail are gaining on 1999 September, reducing their gap by 3.6 seconds. La Croissant 1980 has taken the lead, now in pole, after successfully overtaking Nalgas 7077. Knaga 77 has dropped to P2, but quickly made a counter-move to overtake Edelbach, securing P2 again. Edelbach is now in P3 after executing an overtake on Feds from Team Also No Name Racing, moving ahead into a solid position. The race dynamics remain tight as these drivers jockey for positions. Vanya Shell Gaming is now in Seven, after successfully overtaking the Gentleman. The Gentleman has slipped to Pate following an overtake on Okayoki 3, who remains in P9. Meanwhile, Anonymousnity 3 has gained ground, moving up to 14 by overtaking Butchers Tarizor. Jazek 72 has advanced to P12 after successfully overtaking Koki Bananity. Meanwhile, there's a close battle for P22 between Nightcrawler CAC in and an Aston Martin DBR 4 250 and 1999 September in a Mercedes-Benz 196, both drivers pushing hard for position. In another development, Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Buckham have climbed to P29, following their overtake of A2 on 1792. Feds has successfully moved up to P2, executing a clean overtake on Famaka from Team NAF Gum Kings. Famaka then retaliated by overtaking Edelbach, securing P3 twice. Meanwhile, Duff Dad is actively closing the gap on Suzanne Greenberg and Lukembukum, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly, as positions change and competitors tighten their strategies. First player 52 is now just 7.1 seconds behind Edelbach, significantly reducing the gap. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 has made a move, advancing to Pate after successfully overtaking Tenkaminen 7-4. The race continues to intensify as positions shift. Concubinity and Anonymousninity 3 are currently engaged in a tight battle for 13th position, with Concubinity in the Cooper T53 holding a slight edge over Anonymousninity 3 in the Alfa Romeo 159. In the meantime, Night Corsa has successfully moved up to 20th place after overtaking 1999 Settembro Totti. Meanwhile, 1999 Settembro has made an impressive move to reclaim positions, now sitting in 21st after overtaking both Madame Azar and Cordneil. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers jostle for position. Feds has taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking Famaka. Famaka has also gained ground, moving to P2 by overtaking Lacroix 1980. Meanwhile, Anonymousninity 3 has advanced to P13, passing Concubinity. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. The gentleman has successfully moved into 4th position after overtaking Edelbach. In response, Edelbach has regained some momentum, advancing to 5th place by overtaking Lacroix 1980. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. Lacroix 1980 has encountered issues, dropping to 21st position after losing 7 spots. Meanwhile, Lord of the Jungle from No Name Racing made a successful move, advancing to 14th by overtaking Bucci-Zero. In response, Bucci-Zero has moved up to 15th after passing Wazirius Guy. The dynamic on track is shifting as positions continue to change. As we continue with the race, Hild 3 has successfully advanced to P23 after overtaking Ision 1212. In response, Ision 1212 has also made a move, improving to P24 by passing Grinigeb DTI. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has climbed to P27, overtaking Lacroix 1980. The midfield is seeing some intense battles as positions shift rapidly. Bucci-Zero and Wazirius Guy are locked in a close battle for 15th position. Bucci-Zero is currently in the Cooper T53, while Wazirius Guy is behind in the Scarab F1, both pushing hard. Meanwhile, Madame Azai and Codenail have successfully overtaken 1999 September, moving up to 20th place. Skilltil is also making progress, decreasing the gap to 1999 September by 3.8 seconds as they continue to chase down that position. Hugger 3 has gained a position, now at P22, after successfully overtaking ISI 1212 from Team Also No Name Racing. In response, ISI 1212 has also advanced, moving up to P23, by overtaking 1999 Settembro. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has made progress to P25, overtaking Greenegi, also from Team Also No Name Racing. The dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for position. Captain Potato is rapidly closing the gap to N29 Kia and CL87, now trailing by just 39.2 seconds. Anonymous Ninity 3 has successfully moved up to 9th position after overtaking Jasak 72. The competition for 9th is heating up, with Anonymous Ninity 3 in an Alfa Romeo 159 and Jasak 72 in a Gordini T32 locked in a close battle. Amingsan has reduced the gap to Jimmy Terms by 2.2 seconds, indicating a strong push as they approach the halfway mark. Meanwhile, La Croissant 1980 is also gaining on both Komodo 3 and Maya, closing in by 2.1 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as the drivers intensify their efforts to secure better positions. Tenka Minin 704 has successfully moved up to 7 after overtaking first player, 52-52. This marks a significant gain in position for Tenka Minin 704, showcasing impressive speed and strategy. First player 52 now sits in P8 following that maneuver. Race dynamics continue to shift as drivers jockey for position. Jasak 72 has encountered difficulties, dropping back to 22nd position. Meanwhile, Sabaner 27 and Amy have successfully moved up to 15th, overtaking Nightcrawler CT.0. Nightcrawler Urka then responded by pushing ahead to reclaim 16th position, overtaking both Madamazai and Codenail in the process. The race dynamics remain intense as positions continue to change rapidly. Hey Poppy Aces! Party popper back to the stream. Get ready for some turbocharged fun as we watch these AI race cars zoom around. Buckle up! Racing car dashing away. (1999 Settembro) is now just 8.5 seconds behind Hot Wheels Ski Dome, steadily gaining ground. Meanwhile, Greninjeb has encountered issues, dropping back 6 positions to P32. On the other hand, Famaka is making progress, reducing the gap to Feds by 2.3 seconds as the race continues. Koki Benenity from No Name Racing has advanced to Pen after successfully overtaking Lord of the Jungle. Meanwhile, Lord of the Jungle has dropped to P11, having been overtaken by Funny Shell Gaming. In the midfield, there's a tight battle for 16 involving Nightcrawler Seiki in an Aston Martin DB4 250, and both Madamazai and Codenail in Ferrari 246 Fons. The dynamics between these three are heating up as they jockey for position. Skilltil has gained a position, now in 17 after overtaking Tenkamin 744. Meanwhile, Tenkamin 704 has advanced to P18 by passing Jasak 72. Jasak 72, in turn, has moved up to P19, having overtaken Lord of the Jungle. Okayoki 3 has significantly closed the gap to Famaka, now trailing by just 38.9 seconds. The gentleman has successfully overtaken Edelbok and is now in 3rd place. Edelbok has responded by passing Famaka, and has moved up to 4th place. Race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions change among the top contenders. The race is progressing with Anonymous Ninity 3, experiencing difficulties, dropping 6 positions and settling in at 15. Okayoki 3 has made a notable move, advancing to 5 after overtaking first player 52. In response, first player 52 has recovered slightly, now sitting at 6 after overtaking the gentleman. The gentleman has dropped 6 positions, and is now in 16, indicating some issues with pace. Buchizero has made a significant move up to Pen after successfully overtaking Wazirius Guy. Meanwhile, Wazirius Guy has responded by moving into P11, having overtaken both Sabina 27 and Amy. The race dynamics are shifting as drivers adjust their strategies and fight for position. Greninjeb has made a significant move, overtaking 4 cars to secure position 27. Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bakum are narrowing the gap to Aetion 1792, now just 5.8 seconds behind. Meanwhile, there's an intense battle for position 20 involving Madame Azai in a Ferrari 200 on 46 F1. Codenail, also in a Ferrari 246 F1. And Hot Wheels Skydome, driving a Van Wall V5. The competition is heating up as they jostle for that position. Amenzan is now significantly closing the gap to Captain Potato, reducing it by 162.4 seconds. Duff Dad has made a move up to P18 after overtaking Hugard 3. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 has climbed to P21 by passing both Mudamazai and Codenail. The race continues to heat up with these strategic moves. When Serious Guy holds position in P11, but Sebani 27 is applying pressure as they both navigate the tight corners. Amy is closely trailing Sebani 27, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The battle is intensifying as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, Komodo 3 and Maya have successfully moved up to P33, after executing a clean overtake on the Gentleman. The race dynamics continue to shift as positions change frequently throughout the field. Duff Dad has reduced the gap to Jasek 72 by 2 seconds, indicating a strong push as they head toward the next corner. Meanwhile, Irfai Hill has made a notable advancement, moving up to P31 after successfully overtaking Captain Potato from Team Racing Potatoes. The dynamics are shifting as positions are being contested throughout the field. Komodo 3 and Maya are making significant progress, now just 11.6 seconds behind Captain Potato. The gap continues to shrink as they maintain a consistent pace. Meanwhile, Captain Potato is holding steady in the lead, but will need to defend against the approaching rivals. Tracking their positions, it will be interesting to see how this dynamic unfolds in the next segments of the race. Mirasol has successfully moved up to P37, after a clean overtake on Lord of the Jungle. Both cars showed competitive speed, but Mirasol executed that maneuver with precision. The battle for position continues as they head towards the next corner. Captain Potato has successfully moved up to P31, executing a clean overtake on Arafale. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing Captain Potato's precise driving skills and timing. Meanwhile, the rest of the field remains tightly packed, with several drivers closely vying for position in the mid-pack. Komoda 3 is gaining on Arafael, reducing the gap to 10.4 seconds. Mirasol is also making strides, closing in on Jimitones by 45.6 seconds. Famaka has successfully overtaken Okayoki 3, moving up to third place. Lord of the Jungle is gaining on Jimitones, reducing the gap significantly by 377 seconds. Rizaldi Adha has successfully moved into 6th after overtaking Koki Bananity. Meanwhile, Koki Bananity has also made a move, now in 7th, after getting past Funny Ashell Gaming. Anonymous Ninity 3 has now secured 15 after successfully overtaking Jazak 72, who has dropped to 16. In this shuffle, Jazak 72 also managed to pass Feds, moving up to 16. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P28 between N29 K8, C97, both in Mercedes-Benz 196 cars, and Amundsen in an Alfa Romeo 159. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position. Haha, the no-name cars are making a big statement today. Maybe they're just trying to hide their true potential until the final laps. Let's see if they can surprise us. Racing car dashing away. $19.99 September is currently in 14, but is being pressured as Modem Izai and Codenil have closed the gap by 5.7 seconds. Duff Dad is experiencing issues, dropping back 6 positions to P23. Jazak 72 has made a successful overtake on Nightcrawler Say, moving up to 15. The dynamics of the race are shifting as positions continue to change. Rizaldi Adha has significantly reduced the gap to Okayoki 3 by 36.4 seconds, indicating a strong push and pace. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has made a move up to P30, successfully overtaking Feds in the process. The race dynamics are shifting as we see these strategic advancements on the track. La Corsa 1980 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Feds from Team Also No Name Racing. The current distance is now down to 282.4 seconds. It appears that La Corsa 1980's strategy is paying off as they continue to gain ground. Meanwhile, Feds is maintaining a steady pace, but they will need to defend against this pursuit. As we continue, we'll monitor how both drivers adjust their tactics in response to this evolving dynamic. Mirasol is rapidly closing the gap to Feds, currently trailing by just 46 seconds. Meanwhile, Knaga 77 has successfully overtaken Edelbach and is now positioned in P2. La Croissant 1980 is also making strides, reducing the distance to both Komodo 3 and Maya by 2.4 seconds. The dynamic in the top positions is shifting quickly. Buchideo is making significant progress, reducing the gap to first player 52 by 27.3 seconds. In the meantime, Rizaldi Ada has successfully moved up to 4th position after overtaking Okayoki. The race dynamics are intensifying as the positions shift. Nightcrawler Erika continues to gain on Waziri Sky, reducing the gap by 33.4 seconds. In the meantime, Hot Wheels Skidon has successfully moved up to 17 after overtaking 1999 September. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change. Koki Beninity has gained a position and is now in 5 after successfully overtaking first player 52. Following that, first player 52 has dropped to 6, having been overtaken by Bukizauro. Buchi Zero from Team Quark Express has also made progress, moving up to 7 after overtaking Okayoki 3. The race continues to see shifts in positions as drivers compete for the top spots. Feds from Team Also No Name Racing is significantly closing the gap on La Croissant 1980, now trailing by 433.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Mirasol is also making progress, reducing the distance to Feds by 493.8 seconds. In addition, Rizaldi Adaha has successfully overtaken Koki Beninity, moving up to power in the standings. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers gain momentum. Issy 1212 has successfully moved up to position 21 after overtaking Okayoki 3 on the straight. The maneuver was executed smoothly, showcasing precise timing and control. The field remains competitive as they continue to navigate the track. Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bukim have successfully moved up to 27th position after overtaking Okayoki 3. Mirasol has also made progress, advancing to 34th position by passing Feds. The race is showing some competitive spirit with these strategic overtakes. First player 52 has made a significant move, now holding 5 after successfully overtaking Butcher-Zero. Meanwhile, Butcher-Zero has also advanced, moving up to 6 by passing both Sabina 27 and Amy. As for Sabina 27 and Amy, they are now in 7, having overtaken Koki Benignity from Team No Name Racing. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Jasak72 has just executed an impressive overtake on Fania Shell Gaming, moving up to pole 11. Meanwhile, Fania Shell Gaming is now closing the gap again, reducing the distance to Jasak72 by 27.9 seconds. The battle for position is heating up as they continue to jockey for a better spot on the track. Tenkoman in 7-4 is now just 3.8 seconds behind Sabina 27, showing significant pace as they close the gap. Daherfair has successfully moved up to position 28 after overtaking Duffdad. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers make their moves. Duffdad is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Komodo 3 and Maya by 106 seconds. In response, Lac Rousseau 1980 is also gaining on Duffdad, closing in by 148.2 seconds. Meanwhile, a three-way battle for P24 is unfolding between Ation 1792 in a Bugatti Type 251 and both N29 Kia and C87 in Mercedes-Benz 196, indicating some intense racing dynamics as they jostle for position. Mirasol is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Okayoki 3 by 490.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Madame Uzai and Codenail have successfully moved up to position 17 after overtaking 1999 September. Duffdad is also in pursuit, narrowing the distance to Komodo 3 and Maya by 2.1 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps tighten. Edelborg has significantly reduced the gap to Famaka by 39.6 seconds, showcasing impressive speed on the track. Meanwhile, Famaka is also gaining ground on Nalga 77, with a reduction of 3.9 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as Edelborg continues to press forward. Tenkoman in 7-4 has advanced to 5 after executing a clean overtake on Rizaldi Ada at Bordatui. Rizaldi Ada is now working hard to close the gap, reducing it by 4.7 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Binunity has made progress as well, moving up to P9 after passing Anonymous Ninity 3. The race remains competitive with dynamic shifts in positions. Oh wow, a big shootout to V-Ice for the raid. Thank you so much for bringing your awesome viewers over here. Racing car dashing away. Let's have some fun watching these AI race cars zoom by. Welcome everyone. Partying face. Oh, Kim said, "Hey Amy, why is Maya mean to me?" Haha, Maya just has that quirky sense of humor. She likes to keep things interesting. Just roll with it, and maybe you'll win her over. Hey there V-Ice. Welcome back to the racetrack. Party popper. Unsweet long time no see. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride. Automobile dashing away. And yo, what a surprise. Glad you could join the party. Let's get this AI race going. Checkered flag. Madam Izai and Codenail are gaining on Anonymous Ninity 3, currently reducing the gap by 39.9 seconds. Greeny Yep has successfully overtaken Aetion 1792, moving up to P22. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. VI said, "Hey Amy, could you give us a TED Talk presentation about the rich history of enchiladas?" Huh, I appreciate the creativity, but I'm here to talk about racing cars and just have some fun. But if you really want to know about enchiladas, maybe we can race over to a cooking channel afterward. We'll fuel up with all that deliciousness. Fish with cheers. Off joy. Enchiladas sound amazing right now. They savoring food. I love cheese enchiladas too. Add some salsa on top and you're golden. What do you think of spicy salsa? Duff Dad is currently in 4th position, and has significantly reduced the gap to Komodo Freak and Maya, now trailing by only 3.4 seconds. The pace is picking up as Duff Dad attempts to mount an overtaking challenge. Meanwhile, Komodo Freak and Maya are battling closely, maintaining their positions while focusing on defending against Duff Dad's advances. The dynamic between these three cars is becoming increasingly intense as they navigate the track. Fonya Shell Gaming has just executed an impressive overtake on Tankerman in 704, securing the 10th position. Skilltail also made a significant move, advancing to 12th place after overtaking Nightcrawler Taisi. In response, Nightcrawler Eki has regained some ground, moving up to 13th by getting past Anonymous Ninity 3 toward him. The race is tightening as positions shift among the competitors. $19.99 Setembro has successfully closed the gap to Hot Wheels Skidon by 5 seconds, indicating a strong push in speed. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bokum are also making progress, reducing their distance from Graninja by 3.1 seconds. The dynamics among these competitors are intensifying as they seek to gain positions in the race. Captain Potato is gaining on Granijep, now just 38.6 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Ayafahil has reduced the gap to N29 Kie and Seal87 by 2.5 seconds, indicating a competitive battle is forming there. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers increase their pace. N29 Kia and Seal87 are currently locked in a tight battle for P27 in their Mercedes-Benz 196, with the Aerofil in close pursuit in the Cooper T53. N29 Kia is holding a slight edge as they enter the final sector, but Seal87 is looking to make a move on the inside. Aerofil is not far behind, waiting for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. As they approach the turn, it's a three-way fight, and the tension is building. N29 Kia maintains position, while Seal87 is trying to find a gap. But no overtakes yet, but it's an intense situation developing here. Buchisero is currently gaining on Sabina 27, reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Amundsen is also making strides towards Suzanne Greenberg and Nukem Bokum, closing in by 2.1 seconds. Both drivers are showing strong pace as they chase down their competitors. Jessak 72 is currently making significant progress, reducing the gap to Madame Zai and Codenail by 2.2 seconds. In the battle for position 27, N29 Kia and Seal87. In their Mercedes-Benz, 196 are closely contesting with a Gyrofail in the Cooper T53. Meanwhile, Duffdad is also gaining on Airfail, closing the distance by 2.8 seconds. The race dynamics are intensifying as positions shift and gaps narrow. Fanya Shell Gaming has successfully maneuvered into 8th place after overtaking Bocchizero. In a parallel move, Nightclaw of CK has advanced to 12th by getting past Skilltil. Meanwhile, Madame Ezai and Codenail have both made gains, moving into 14th by overtaking Jasak 72. Issy 1212 is making significant progress, closing the gap with Anonymous Ninity 3 by 44.2 seconds as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, 1999 Setembro has successfully moved up to 17 after overtaking Anonymous Ninity 3, showcasing impressive speed and timing. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change.